of Astronaut of Life. And I started making this video at the beginning of October, where I got the notion to manifest my spiritual gifts. And I look at that now as just bringing these gifts more into my awareness because they were already there. I just needed to kind of know them, get to know them, right? So the next few videos are videos I recorded as I was going through this process. You'll hear me talk a lot about my soul reading. This is a service I offer, which at the start of all this, I had just downloaded, or my guides had just given me this beautiful way to meditate, and I was realizing that I could use my clairvoyance and my clairaudience and everything else to connect with other people's energy and tell them what I'm experiencing and what I see. So I called it a soul reading. Every time I did it, it changed, and I would say that's still true. It's December now, so this has been 2 months in the works, but I wanted to make this video because I want to show the process of me kind of figuring it all out and accepting it and how I grew. So if you're new here, please like and subscribe. I'm so glad you're here. Without further ado, old me. So on October 1st, which I'm recording this on the 4th, but on October 1st, I was watching YouTube, and this ad came on, and it was this guy in like this Las Vegas hotel suite that looked really amazing, and he's just dancing on the tables, and he's like, yeah, if you want to learn and you want to live like a rock star, click my link, take my course, and learn how to manifest this rock star life. Ooh, it rubbed me really wrong. And so then I went into like this out loud and internal dialogue with myself about manifesting. I was like, why do we all manifest material things? It seems to be all I hear about when it comes to manifesting. And then I was hit with, what's in your manifesting box? It was all outward stuff. Oh, I want to start a new career. I want to end teaching English. I want to lose some weight, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And my guides are like, no, Joy. We're challenging you to manifest a spiritual thing. And I was like, oh, I've never thought about that before. Honestly, can say I never thought about trying to manifest a higher connection to my higher self, or manifest the ability to do something. So I just took a moment and kind of rested in that, and I was like, wow, I feel like such an idiot. I should have been doing that the whole time. Why didn't I think of that? But now I have. So I'm going to do it. And I chose to manifest my spiritual gifts that are unknown to me at this time. So I wrote it out in my little box. I'm gonna go grab it. So here's my little manifestation box I made 2 years ago. This year I was called to paint over it. It has words in it. And I also keep some crystals in there that resonate at the time. So here's what I wrote down. I did it in a different format than I normally do. This was more like a letter. And as you can see, it says October 1st. By the end of this month, I will have a strong connection to my intuition and higher self in a way I have never experienced before. All of our needs, my husband and I, and our cats, will be provided for during this time. Money will flow to us easily and in surprising ways. We will have clear direction on our businesses and have our first clients. We will be at peace with our new beginning. So granted, I did put some external things like the money, but that was because I get the sense if I focus on just working internally and being aware spiritually of all these messages coming to me, Spirit's like, I got you, girl. That money's in the bank. Don't you worry. You do your thing, I'll do mine. That's kind of the vibe I got. But I was told to be very specific with my wording on what I wanted. And that's day one. Day two, I got even more insights. Let me go look them up. So, on the second day is the day I did the reading for my first client. And that morning, I also was able to connect to my mother's higher self. And it made me like, wait a minute. Every time I try to connect, or sometimes people, these higher selves just come to me, like my mom's. It's like where I end up going when I do my thing. It's like where all the higher selves are. So it's like, there has to be something into this. And I was writing it out in my journal, and Spirit was just like, yeah, Joy, that's one of your gifts. Day two, here it is. You connect to other higher selves. And I was like, oh. And I could see them and talk to them. That is really cool. I didn't really trust it. It was more like a theory. And then I did my first client's reading. And I saw her higher self and spirit animal. And I was like, okay, well, this is interesting that these higher soul, these light beings keep popping up. They keep having these messages. Yeah, it was intense. So now we're on day 4. I just met with that client. And everything I wrote down, she said resonated with her. Multiple things, not just one. There was a bunch of nuggets in there for her. And I think it'll take her a while to digest it. I didn't understand it all, but she did. She got the meaning of what it all meant and what she's here to do and how it relates. So I'm still like processing this, because I'm not gonna lie, I really felt like maybe it was just my imagination. But no, it resonated with her. Like, I saw the color green. Apparently that's her favorite color. I didn't know what green meant. So, okay, this is me processing it. I'm very curious to see how the next one goes, and if it has a similar thing, if it resonates, and what other, if any, spiritual gifts come at me this month. We shall see. So today is October 8th, and I just met with my second client. Right after my reading with the first client, my guides told me to do the meditation I do to get my information with my clients. So with the second one, I did that. I led her in meditation, and it was so beautiful because we both saw the same vision of a beach, which is where she needs to go. And I think for me, granted, it wasn't my message, but the fact that I could pick up on her message is helping me kind of have more faith and trust in my own gifts. And then I really am picking up on other people's energies and messages. And I'm still kind of like taking it all in. And so today is October 12th. And I just did another reading. This time, a few days ago, or after I finished my reading with my last client, I got told to personalize it more and to use my intuition and guidance to do what the client needs in meditation. So this time, instead of picking music I liked, instead of picking music I just listen to my intuition. And it told me not to speak and to just use singing bowls, which is not how I did it last time at all. But for this client, turns out it was the perfect fit. They're a high level meditationer. They didn't need guidance. They don't do guided meditations. They do silent music with singing bowls. So not only did that resonate, but the crystals I used resonate, the images I saw resonated. So, like, we still saw different things, but it resonated on both ends. They went hand in hand with the same message. So I literally like ran into my husband's office and was just like, holy shit, it happened again. Like, it's just resonating every time. And I need to, like, my personal lesson is to just freaking accept this, that what I see is real. And it does resonate with it. Sorry, my cat's playing with the cord. It does resonate with people. And I mean, we're not even halfway through the month. Like, what is this going to look like in the end? Oh my gosh. I'm just, I can only give gratitude because it's really not me. I'm just allowing myself to be a vessel for these messages for people. And that's, hey, Bubba. That's all I really want. Is just to give people the messages they need so they can trust themselves. It always, especially in spirituality, it helps so much when something is confirmed by someone else. Not only for the one hearing it, like the client, but also me, that I'm hearing, I really am tapping into their energy. I really am hearing their spirit guides. I know what mine looks like. This one is completely different and beautiful in its own way. So yeah, this was an amazing experience, and I literally can't wait to do this again. Like, but I don't really have anybody else lined up at the moment, but whoever they are. So today was my last day teaching kids in China, which I think the official day is November 5th, but I'm going on vacation next week. So, and this was the day I had planned even before they announced November 5th. And I didn't cry when I said goodbye to my students today. I had two of my favorites. But what I did do was rearrange my office literally right after breakfast. Like, I was just so ready for the energy to change in here. And it didn't take that long. I still want to go through the closet, but my space feels so much different. And I feel different. I took a shower and I was told to use salt, and it just, I should be scared out of my mind for starting a new business and like having 0 customers and jumping into a blind or whatever, but I feel so calm. Like, I just feel so calm about the future. And I just also feel very blessed. I have no idea what I'm in store for, but I can tell it's big, and I'm thinking it might have something to do with movies. I got an idea for a screenplay. I've been working on it this week. And I'm like, it's my first time writing a screenplay. Like, I've studied how to do it. But I've never, like, done it, and now I'm doing it, and it's completely different than writing a novel. And I'm enjoying it. And, not waking up early anymore. In meditation, I haven't
been having as many psychedelic crazy stuff. But what's interesting is I might not have anything happen in meditation, but then later in the day, I'll watch like a tarot reading or somebody speaking, and it just fully resonates. So it's like there's always going to be a message for you no matter where you're looking. And if you're not getting it in one way, it's going to come in another. So, yeah, that's kind of the update. The month of October, I decided to manifest my spiritual gifts. And that was an intense thing to do. The best part is, though, it worked. It really worked. Some gifts I knew about, I just didn't really know the name of them. And as I kept working, I was able to name them, and I was given a way to use them using this soul reading that my guides have shown me. The last week of October, I went on vacation to the north coast of Colombia, which is the Caribbean Sea. And it was amazing. You would think I would have spent time meditating on the beach and doing mantras and all these things I love to do, but no, I really didn't do any of that, which felt weird. And it made me stressed and like feeling guilty. But then my guides were like, Joy, you're on your honeymoon. Maybe give your attention to your husband right now and move into that versus getting mad at yourself. So that's what I did. I focused on my husband. And when I did that, I found peace. Not only, obviously, it deepened my connection with my husband. There was one night on the 30th, the bed we had was amazing in the Airbnb, and I slept so well every night. But the last night, I woke up around 4 a.m., and our Airbnb had a rooftop you could go hang out on. So I went up there, and it was raining, and it had a part that was roofed, and I stayed under there, and I just kind of connected with spirit, and I was given this beautiful affirmation to use for myself as I start this new phase of being full-time as an astronaut of life. And for me, that was such a it felt like a wedding gift from spirit to be like, look, this is the affirmation you need to use to complete this. And today, I believe, is November 3rd. Yeah. And even though I was manifesting for October, I had been working on my clairvoyance and clairaudience and clairsentience this whole month of October. And I had a beautiful reading on November 1st. No, I had a beautiful meditation on Halloween. Oh, I gotta tell you guys this because this was really cool. So I asked my guides, what should I do for Halloween? Because I've never really, besides the candy, I never really thought about it as a kid or even as an adult. I'm not really the kind of person that dresses up and stuff as an adult. And they were like, look into your Celtic origins. I was like, okay. The Celts, the Celtic people, the Druids, Halloween's basically their holiday. I had no idea. I'm gonna butcher this, how you're supposed to say it, 'cause apparently it's very technical, but it's like shaman or shamin. I know, that was bad. But I'm brand new at this, okay? And I honestly had no idea. I really didn't have any idea that Halloween had a real name, and that it's a tradition from this culture that I feel my ancestors were, and that I'm pretty sure I was in a past life. So that was a big whoosh kind of thing for me. And so on Halloween, I read that they have like a bonfire, right? And they do stuff. Well, I live in an apartment building on the 16th floor, so there was no bonfire going on. But I did. Okay, I live in Colombia, and there are a lot of, I guess you could say, brujas, witches here. And one market we go to has a shop that sells witchy stuff. And I'm so drawn to this bruja candle. I don't know. I like it. It's very simple. It was like 50 cents. I bought 5. And I lit it on Halloween night. And I did a meditation. And I mean, I got so much information. That's like its own video just from that meditation, the kind of information I got it. And then the next day, it was like my official start date, right? November 1st, 111. You guys, the first email I made for Astronaut of Life, I randomly put 111 at the end. I didn't really know why, it just felt right. And then Astronaut of Life with no numbers was taken, so I needed numbers or something. So I just picked 111. And then my start date ends up being 111. And I had a reading that day, and all I'm going to say is that it triggered a lot in me, and it really made me like doubt stuff. Even though I was giving a reading for another psychic, and she's like, yeah, you totally have the gift, and you're going to do great with it, and just keep practicing, and blah, blah, blah. She pointed out places I needed to heal, and I think I got a little discouraged because all in September I was doing shadow work, and then I heard me like, yeah, you still got quite a few strings attached to you. You need to release this and this and this and this and this and this. And it was just like, what? I just did all this inner work, and I'm supposed to be like where I want to be, and you're basically saying I'm not. But it resonates, so I just gotta suck it up. And I did. Because I really don't care what my ego says anymore. If it gets hurt, it gets hurt. I know I can heal it. I can handle it. I am so committed to just seeing this out. This whole... Sorry, I got looking away from the camera. I really want this. And I know it stems from my heart space. And anything that stems from my heart space, I follow. That's just like my golden rule. If the heart says it, we're doing it. And getting that reading on the day I'm like launching, and then it kind of, to my ego, was a little, took me a bit to process, to kind of come to terms with things, to get deeper insights into everything. And then I was like, you know what? That's what I needed, though. I don't want to go into this with my own baggage. I'm here to help people. I'm here to get people into meditation and let them meet their own guides. I'm a facilitator. That's the word that came to me during my vacation. I'm a facilitator. Not a teacher, whatever, but I view myself as a facilitator. And I can honestly say I'm a psychic now, which I don't think I would do that before. But I know I am. I know I am. And every day, little synchronicities kind of come together. Like this reading on the 1st, when I did my reading and I was in meditation, I saw a cat being. Before the meditation, I saw like this Nordic person, like a Viking, with this huge antler crown. Now I saw a man, but later that night, I was watching a pick a card tarot reading. I can't remember what it was about, but literally, there were cards. There was a Nordic looking person, a lady this time, and she had this giant, even bigger than I saw, antler crown. There was another card with a Lemurian on it, which was like a cat person, whatever they come from. And I feel like there was some other synchronicity. More cats. There was a lot of cats in that reading. But it was like, even if I was doubting my gifts, here's some more signs, Joy, just to show you. So, the main lesson that came to me was to trust my gifts. I manifest them, and now I have to trust them and use them with confidence. And that's just going to grow with time. And I know that, and I accept that. I figured 2 months. Knowing myself, how long it takes me to get into a groove, yeah. By January, I'll have talking in the camera down. I'm going to have doing my reading down. And it's more just having compassion with myself for not being perfect right now. Which, yeah. And then to top it all off, today, and this morning, I was I was flipping through Facebook, right? And my good friend Monica posted a video, her What If Wednesday. And she was talking about how she started this program about the artist's way and how she loves to write, but like she has a lot of fear and blocks around it. And I was just like, holy shit. I have been pursuing writing for over like 10 years, but do you know how many novels I finished? 1. I got an English degree. I studied writing in college. It's literally like one of my favorite things. And she mentioned how it was a spiritual gift that she was subconsciously like rejecting or something. I'm sorry, Monica, if I'm getting your words wrong, but I could be projecting here because it really, really resonates. Like literally, that's the exact same problem I have. I can start a story, no problem, but unless it's a short story, I have a really hard time finishing it. I might in the notes, like I know how the story ends. It's just the time to write it. So I quickly messaged her because she's like so awesome. She told me more about that artist way. I bought the book and I'm going to start that program to heal this. I don't know if it's the final, but this gift of writing that's in my awareness now. And it's time to heal it. And I've also started writing more guided meditations. And I can see how writing and these guided meditations, because it still uses the storytelling and creativity that I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs about. And I'm seeing how they're coming together, because before it was like, choose writing or spirituality. Writing, spiritual. What if I write about spiritually stuff? And it's like, yeah, but you need to be doing this, this, and this. And I'm still not sure how they're going to mesh together, or if they will. But I haven't even started reading this book yet, but like, I don't want to hate the writing just because I think it's different than this, than the spiritual. They're both hands, right? They're both gifts. I'm meant to use them. I know that. This is like live therapy right now. But yeah, you guys, I'm on my way. I want to make more videos of me being vulnerable and like telling my story, and not only sharing my gifts, but just sharing me and my energy and my wisdom that I've gained going through all the things I've gone through. And I know there's others out there, and I know I went through the stuff I went through to share it with others.
So if you're still with me, thank you. I want to just do a quick summary of this whole process and kind of give like a warning. I would only suggest manifesting your spiritual gifts if you're ready to just be blown away. If I could go back and redo it, I probably would have picked one at a time to get to know, but that's a whole other lesson on manifesting. But it was a lot. This was a lot of process. It was a long process. Obviously, I'm recording this in December, so I started this process at the beginning of October. So it's been going on for 2 months now. It's literally been a roller coaster of ups and downs, but throughout this roller coaster, there's also like, now to me, it looks more like a heartbeat. Like there's also this line that's just constant, and that is source. Because every time I meditate now, I see something, I experience something. I either have part of my energy worked on, I see something, or even if it's just a light meditation, I get ideas, and the things that have been put into me energetically are coming to the surface, and they're ready to be implemented. So as far as manifesting your spiritual gifts, one, be specific. This goes with any manifestation, but really be ready to do the work, because you have to go inward and learn more about yourself and travel inside to get to these spiritual truths. And there is no cookie cutter, okay? Everybody's gifts appear different. You might be clairvoyant like me, but maybe you see things differently. And this is the beauty of it, all right? It's okay. It's okay. I'm really enjoying being on this side, but I'm also realizing that while being on this journey, that it never ends, okay? I might know the names of my gifts now, but it never ends. The understanding, the way to use them, how to incorporate them, I don't really feel like this is ever going to stop, and it's always going to be morphing and changing and giving me new insights, and that's exactly what I would want, and I want that for you too. So thank you so much for sharing this journey with me and watching, and I look forward to making more videos. I'm really taking this YouTube thing seriously, so get ready. I love you all. Namaste.